Episode 1. The story begins by showing a recap of previous seasons. Then we see Ishigami sitting and working when Miko come there and show her annoyance over only Ishigami being present there. He asks her about their schedule that day and why other are not there, and she says they are out for council work and he should know. She then wears her earphones, but they are not plugged entirely, and when she plays some ambient sounds, Ishigami hears that and realizes her headphones are not plugged correctly. He decides to leave them but hears some weird noises. Fujiwara comes there and asks Miko what is she listening, and she tell her it is some light healing music. Ishigami tries to stop Miko from playing music when Kaguya and Miyuki come. Ishigami attempts to warn her by deliberately playing music aloud with his headphones on, but she does not get the hint and plays her music as well. Everyone hears it and she feels embarrassed. Ishigami sighs at her stupidity. The scene shifts and we see Kaguya, who is looking at Miyuki's messages on her phone and wondering how to reply to them. Her maid AI says that she is holding her phone for 2 hours like that and she should respond. Kaguya says if she will tell Miyuki she didn't see his message, and AI realizes she is not aware of the idea of read receipts. Miyuki sees the read sign and wait for a reply. AI thinks that if Miyuki learned about this, Kaguya will come off as a stalker and wonder if she should tell her and opt not to. Kaguya replies to Miyuki that she just saw his message. Miyuki phones Kaguya after she doesn't respond to his text messages that are marked as read. He explains about read receipt and Kaguya gives AI a killer look. Kaguya starts to wonder what she should say. Miyuki deduced that she had their chat window open all the time, and Kaguya start to panic and breathe heavily when she did not reply. Miyuki say that he will take it as a yes. AI takes the phone and starts explaining that it is not like that. Kaguya asks her to solve it somehow, and AI responds falsely that they always leave the messaging application open on an unmonitored computer. Miyuki is not believing this, but he is persuaded by AI and has no way to prove otherwise. The next day, when Ishigami is carrying some weight and Fujiwara mock him and they decide to arm wrestle. Fujiwara and Miko arm wrestle and Miko loses. Fujiwara proposes that they should have an arm wrestling competition. Miyuki thinks it is a good opportunity to make Kaguya confess her love, and Miko is chosen as the referee. Kaguya and Ishigami face off and Kaguya wins. Between Fujiwara and Miyuki, he takes the lead. Finally, Miyuki and Kaguya have a match, and after an intense show-off, Kaguya beat Miyuki. In the process, she earns the title of Muscle Queen. Episode 2. Next, Miyuki and Ishigami are walking together and Miyuki asks him why he and Miko do not get along. He says that he is a rule-breaker kind of person and Miko is on disciplinary commit and she doesn't like people like him. Miyuki wonders if that is the only reason or if Ishigami unknowingly did something to offend her. Ishigami says he always tries and help her without her even knowing, but she scolds him. Miko and Kobachi are together and she asks Miko if she is fitting and okay. She also tells Kobachi about Ishigami and her tension with him. She points out she always sticks out for him, apologizes to the president of the disciplinary committee for him, and tones down his offenses in the report so he doesn't look that bad. Kobachi suggests she should tell Ishimiya what is on her mind, but she refuses. They run into each other and act cold and hostile toward each other. Miyuki and Kobachi state that it would be better if they act more civilly toward each other. They take them to student council room and Miyuki instructs them to get along. They claim it is impossible. Miyuki and Kobachi show them that they came up with a plan for them to get along. They will be assigned some missions that they will complete and this will help them bond and they will be nice friends before the plan is over. They had named this plan the Ishigami-Lino Friendship Plan. Ishigami asks what they will have to do, and as the first mission, they get assigned the task of complimenting each other. This process will help them get close to others as well as make them realize the good points of others. Ishigami does it, but when it comes to Miko she is unable to and they start fighting again. They try different ideas but nothing work. Finally, Kobachi tells the two they are in denial, and from what she sees they too seem to like each other and she succeeds in najisang them men. Upon hearing Miyuki's acceptance to attend a karaoke party, Kaguya sends AI undercover as her Thaka to the event to prevent other girls from interacting with him and to convince him to leave. AI, envious of Kaguya's recent upbeat mood, entices him into a room alone in an attempt to make Kaguya jealous. When Miyuki goes to the restroom, Kaguya takes AI home, who is exhausted due to his inability to rap. Episode 3. Nagisa visits the student council and meets with Kaguya and Miko. She is under the belief that her boyfriend is cheating on her, and she complains about this to Miko and Kaguya. She says it has never happened to her and she can't make up her mind when Kaguya asks about what. Nagisa says about which one of them to kill, shocking them both. Kaguya asks her how she came to know of this infidelity. She reasons that she saw him and her friend Maki standing too close during lunch break one day and she determines that the two are interacting together immensely. Miko argues that is not enough evidence for that, but Kaguya also believes her hunch about this. Nagisa says she went through his text but didn't find anything suspicious, and even hired a private investigating company to look into the matter, who happened to catch them going shopping together and he provided the photo as proof. Throughout, Miko is not convinced it is cheating, but Nagisa and Kaguya insist it is cheating and shut her down. Nagisa says it is her fab store that they went to, and after that, they went to karaoke. This raises suspicion in Kaguya's mind, and even Miko confirms that going to karaoke with another girl is cheating. Now, Kaguya is taking a defensive stance that having karaoke together is not cheating, as she is thinking of Miyuki going to karaoke with another girl. Pumped up by Kaguya, Nagisa is ready to break up with her boyfriend. Nagisa confronts her boyfriend as the student council watch, and he reveals that he asked Nagisa to choose his gift for her to give her on their 6-month anniversary. He proceeds to give her the said gift, which is a heart-shaped necklace to her, which earns him a kiss from her. Maki and Nagisa's boyfriend meet, and he thanks her for help. Nagisa also thanks her but asks her to maintain distance from her boyfriend. She laughs it off and leaves. After leaving, she looks very sad and devastated. Miyuki and Ishigami are walking together when they find Nagisa lying on the ground. Miyuki even accidentally steps on her head, and they take her with them. They offer her tea and ask who she is. She introduces herself and tells them she is a branch member of the Shinomiya clan, and she is Kaguya's second cousin twice removed. They start to ask her what she was doing there, and she says she does not know as well. After a long conversation and an argument with Ishigami, she confesses her innate desire to steal Nagisa's boyfriend from her. She goes on to say she won't steal him, but they will eventually break up and she will simply wait for that. When Ishigami explains that even if she gets her, he will still be influenced by her ex, this makes her sad and she aims to steal him. Kaguya gets here and she refers to her as auntie, much to Kaguya's displeasure. She leaves and Kaguya gets angry at Miyuki for calling her cute. Overhearing Miyuki's conversation about the karaoke event, Kaguya suggests the student council play a group dating game. Miyuki lets her know after the game that he did leave with a girl but did not have any illicit intentions. Satisfied, Kaguya leaves while cryptically answering him back. Episode 4. Ishigami and Kaguya are in the student council room when Nagisa and her boyfriend leave. Ishigami seems irritated seeing the couple, and Kaguya asks him if he is looking for a girlfriend. He says no and that relationship is waste of time. That's when Tsubame, a third-year student who previously helped him out at a sports festival, come there. She is there to submit an application and he is appalled to see her. When she left, Kaguya quickly deduced that he likes her even though he denies it. She uses her words to pull some buttons in his mind and he admits he likes her. She asks him what is that he likes about her, and Ishigami tells her how she looked after him when he was in cheerleading squad. He saw that she is so kind-hearted and fell in love with her. However, with his lack of self-esteem, he believes it is impossible to ask her out, but Kaguya supports him. She asks him to make Tsubame his girlfriend no matter how he does it. She says he is being a coward and tell him to confess his feelings and be brave. He then discusses an ultra-romantic confession that involves him leaving a flower on her desk each day and even play what flower to leave on what day, so that the initial of all the flowers' names together will spell out I love you. He is very enthusiastic, but Kaguya does not share the same view and thinks this is creepy. What if she never deduces the pattern? This plan has shortcomings. He discusses another idea involving giving her a photo album of himself. She shoots the idea down and instead tells him that he simply needs to be a good man. He asks her to define a good man, and the first thing she points out is someone who gets a good grade, someone with a kind heart. Keeping the focus on grades, she wants him to get a top 50 academy score in the upcoming final exams. Ishigami does not make the top 50 in his grade. Feeling guilty and bitter, he vows to succeed next semester. Chika and Kaguya have a sleepover at Kaguya's residence. They phone Miyuki and ask about the person he likes. Kei answers with her Thaka, whom he had become friends with, leading to a misunderstanding as AI is cross-dressing as Kaguya's butler under the same pseudonym. And that's all for today, guys. Stay tuned to get more new videos. Stay safe and keep watching.